Hey everybody, this is Josh from CollectionDX.com here with another review. This time it is the Bike Robo. This is the Machine Robo Series DX Bike Robo from the anime Machine Robo Renzo Cronos. But let's be honest, we all know him as Psykill from the Gobots. This is an Action Toys product that was designed by Awaken Studios. It's a really fantastic piece. There was an earlier Bike Robo, but it was a smaller size. And keeping with the DX Machine Robo, as we might know as Super Gobots, they have made a DX Bike Robo. So that's what we're going to go over today. Box is rather nice, sturdy, pictures, you got it. Let's open it up and see what is inside. I've already opened it, so I know, but you don't. Alright, so instructions, toy, let's get into it. Alright, so instructions, then there's actually a little extra instruction here that just tells you that the slanted hip joints you should not try to rotate. Not hip joints, thigh joints. They're not really joints at all, so don't do that. And also just the correct way to rotate the kickstand. Alright, for the instructions, they're pretty nice. They have an glossy sort of thing. There were no words, it's all pictorial. It does a reasonably good job of highlighting the things that you need to do by showing them in like an illuminated color on each one. What it does not tell you, though, what's missing is the proper assortment of accessories that are included. And there's an interesting reason why. So, first thing that it doesn't tell you what it is this. It's nothing. Meaning that it doesn't come from anything. It's just a little extra thrown in. You can stick an extra face on there, but it's not from any iteration of the series or show that I know of. Another thing that you might notice is there are some empty slots here for face panels. You have the face panel that is on the robot. You have the white panel for when the face panel is not on the robot. But what it does come with is these three little Gobots Psykill faces. But because of licensing, they can't actually pack them with the toy. They have to be like special gifts for the collector. So they can't be labeled as Gobot or Psykill or anything like that. They're just special gifts from Action Toys and Awaken Studios to you. So let's talk about Bike Robo. It feels really great. There is some die-cast parts in here. The chest feels like some of the other mechanisms, like this is metal on the side here. It's hefty. And you can feel it's got a good weight on the table. The tires are rubber, which I always appreciate. And the articulation is very good too. So let's go through some of that. So you have a rotating head that can, it doesn't really move much. But if you lift it up a little bit, oh, that's too much. So, alright, it rotates. You got that. The shoulders come up on a ball joint, rotate, very nice. A little click there. This is a swivel joint in the upper arm. It's a little tight though, so you could find that you might pop that out more than you would want to move it. You have two hinges here, and then you have a hand that rotates with some positionable fingers. Not a huge range of motion here, but it's kind of cool. You get a ab crunch, rotating waist. Sorry. You can see here that we can go many different ways, but this skirt does move out of the way here to give you an extra range of motion. These panels on the back move, and you get down here and you have a reasonably well articulated foot. He's very stable. There, I got no QC issues. He stands well. So far, so great. Bike Robo comes with a blaster effect that you can just use by gently removing the hands and placing back in place. That is very cool. Pew 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 pew. Die, leader one. So yeah, one of the things that's cool about this is it has the Gobots faceplates. I wanted to show you how to swap them out. They're held in place with magnets, and this one's pretty easy. Oh, I'm such an idiot. So I didn't even realize that the way you popped faces out was by pushing this little button here. And it just pops them right out. And then you can have any number of replacement faces as somewhat angry Psykill, smirky Psykill, and I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this video, Psykill. Rrrr. Josh didn't read the instructions. Anyways, it's cool that they have separate faces, and it's a real nice engineering touch that they are easily replaced or by just popping out that button. How cool is that? I have to thank Vangelis for that. I shot the whole section of me trying to pull the face panels out with a screwdriver, and then I decided to watch somebody else's video and they showed me the button. So I'm a dummy. What are you gonna do? And as we said before, we can put the faces on the little robot. Yeah, not entirely sure how I feel about that. But hey, it's neat. Whatever. Alright, we're going to transform this now into bike mode. You can do this without any part swapping. However, they have included non-articulated hands, which I recommend for a better grip on the wheel. So I will put those on now. Okay, got those hands. And I also want to put on the blank faceplate. I think they could have engineered some kind of turny thing here where it would have hidden the faceplate, but it's alright. Okay, so first thing we do, remove the wheels. Second thing we do, I'm not going to tell you each number, but just watch along. These pop out, like so. These go up. This pulls out. Okay. And what we're going to do with these arms, there's kind of a double joint in there. So we're actually going to make sure that the bottom joint goes up. See that? And goes in. Okay. Now obviously we want to straighten out the hands, but also notice that there are, see these tabs here? Those tabs need to face inwards because those are going to be how the wheels lock into place. So you notice you have the wheel here and there's a little tab. You're going to line up the peg and the tab. And if you don't have it rotated just so, it's not going to want to line up. But I did. So there's that part. And where is the engine? Well, another very cool thing is going to happen here. So first thing we do is we take these flaps and bring them over to the side like that. Now on the inside of each leg you have some panels. So we're going to fold this panel up, fold that panel up, and the whole panel itself comes out. So we're going to kind of come in and fold out this panel once, and then fold it in again. like so. Now you can see that there's a little tab, and the feet turn like that, and then fit in like so. Pretty easy. Let's do it again on the other side. Panel, panel. Whole thing goes up and then around again once the legs are up. And you can put the foot in like so. So now we're at a point where we're like this. You can see again you have a hole and a tab, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to line up the tab and the hole with your wheel, and you're going to bring those two together until they click. With like clicks, and then you'll see there are two slots there. It's going to tab with these parts into those slots, and then we have the kickstand. Remember, do it a certain way, being this way. And there you have Bike Robo. How great is that? It rolls, feel that? Oh, it's so good. It's great. It's really great. I love this thing. I can't wait to see if they do more DX machine robos. The engineering that they use in here is very solid and sound. I think the only thing I would have liked is, like I said before, some kind of the ability to have the face, you know, not need to add a second plate to cover the face, but it's really fun. I like it a lot, and I want to thank the fine folks over at Action Toys and Awaken Studio for sending this bad boy over. I heartily recommend it. I think it's really well done and well engineered and really solid, and not overly complicated or finicky. They did a nice job updating a relatively simple design into a modern rendition, and I think that means a lot. It doesn't make it unrecognizable in any way, where some of these other strange modern renditions of our classic characters get a little too far from the source material. This one still looks just like Bike Robo, aka Cykill. So this is Josh from CollectionDX. We'll see you next time. Thanks.